based on the works of Karol Wyszyński. Diaries of Magic Eyes.
August 27th. Dear Diary, I am Bogusława, or at least that is the name I received from my adoptive parents. Exactly 6 years ago, I was found injured by farmers on the side of the road. Unfortunately, as a result of my injuries, I lost my memory, so I did not know who I was or where I came from. The only thing I knew was the beginning of my name, Bogu. These people took me in like their own daughter, whom they never had. Thanks to this, I settled in a small village called Hops Hill, which is due to the cultivation of hops and the production of the hops wine known throughout the island. Of course, I started working and soon everyone realized that I had the skill and talent to use blades. I was best at cutting low-growing leaves with 2 machetes and higher ones with a scythe placed upright. Everyone treated me like one of their own. Those were truly happy years. However, a lot changed last week. We were in the process of preparing a batch of wine to be sent for sale. Even a small barrel of this drink is worth several pieces of gold, which encouraged people to steal, so we always hired guards to transport it. However, this time, thieves attacked the village, trying to steal even more wine. We were surprised and overwhelmed by the attackers. I and 4 of my neighbors managed to hide and avoid capture. We decided to act, so we sneaked to the tool shed to use them in the fight. While we were collecting, we noticed 2 thieves heading straight for the tool shed. We knew that if they noticed us, they would immediately notify the others, and our attempt would have no chance of success. I told the others that I would distract them so they could escape. I ran out, and the fools followed me without a second thought. I managed to run past a few buildings, but I turned out to be the fool, running straight into the hands of more, and as a greeting, I was hit in the head with a baton, losing consciousness. The impact caused the shell of amnesia to crack, releasing several of my memories. When I opened my eyes again, I saw the bandits threatening my parents that if they didn't open the wine warehouse, I would lose my life. Even though I wasn't their biological daughter, they decided not to risk my life. I told them not to which the commander had no qualms about beheading me. However, I was no longer the same girl. My green eyes sparkled like illuminated, perfectly polished emeralds. I spun my head, tossing my dark blonde hair and hiding my tied hands behind them. Leaning back, I allowed my would-be killer to cut the rope instead of my neck. Before he could say what the pommel of his own sword had already stunned him. Simultaneously with the sound of his impact on the floor, there was the sound of another face flattening under the pressure of my boot. The third fainted from the mere eye contact, the last opponent left. At that moment, I felt my strength leaving me and my eyes returned to their normal state. The leader, with a smile on his face, began to walk towards me. I quickly picked up the second sword from the floor and blocked the opponent's attack at the last moment. I saw his smile change into an expression of irritation. I have to admit that it was a nice sight. I didn't want to kill him, but when he started telling me what horrors he was going to do to me, my parents, and the others, I let myself be carried away by emotions, staining my hands with blood. While I was standing there in shock and wondering what I had just done, the neighbors I had hidden with earlier came running. They brought me back to my senses, and together we set off to get rid of the rest of the uninvited guests. The thieves were divided into small groups, thanks to which we caught them one by one. We sent a messenger for the guards to come and deal with the bandits. In the meantime, I locked myself in my room. I slowly analyzed the recovered fragments of memories. I remembered my years of combat training and my skills. I remembered that I could temporarily greatly increase my speed, and the sign of this was my glowing crystal eyes. I was terrified that I could do such things, but at the same time I was happy because I could save everyone with it. Finally, my worried parents came into the room and we started talking. They told me that on our island, the royal families had powers called magic eyes, and the fact that I had them meant that I had royal blood. They said that I was probably illegitimate and that 6 years ago they tried to get rid of me. So they advised me to keep it a secret. They also thought that I had a talent that would only go to waste on the farm. They wanted me to go with a wine transport to the city and use my talent there as a mercenary. As a farewell, I was given a sturdy green cloak with a hood, my 2 machetes with a scythe, and supplies for a few days, including a bottle of hop wine. Today I arrived in the flourishing city of Forest Grove. Tomorrow I'm going to sign up at the Mercenary Guild. I hope they'll accept me.